Don't fuck up my new girlfriend.
I mean, I'll try. God damn it, Rich.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That wasn't a good one.
It's gonna be a good video.
Give me that. You're cut off. I'm drunk.
Hey guys, this will be the first time I'm really trying the vlogging experience, so I'm just gonna roll with it, and sorry if this sounds like the ramblings of a madman. I'm gonna basically just pretend you're my friend, and I'm just talking to you, because I find myself getting to the point where I'm, enunciating like I'm trying to teach something in my videos, and I want to avoid that and give everyone a more personable experience. I figure with this video, I'll just quickly explain who I am, what I want to do with the channel and stuff, and how this all got to be. Well, I go by the name of Chuck. I'm a mechanic by trade up here in Dutchess County, New York, which for those of you that are not in New York, I don't live in the city because I live in New York, and I don't live in upstate New York because I don't live in the city. I'm in downstate. I'm in between the two. Upstate, you're getting to the Catskills, the Adirondacks. Downstate, you got Putnam, Dutchess County, Ulster, Orange, all the way up to the Catskills. I love what I do. I'm more on the diagnosing end. I do electrical, module communication, auto OBD2, those annoying check engine lights that everyone's always plagued by. I got the name Chuck from when I first started at a Ford dealership, and I had blonde hair and black rimmed glasses, and they all thought I looked like Chucky from the Rugrats, so it just stuck. Eventually I got introduced to other people within the business as Chucky, so that's how I got stuck with that name. I was born on the New York-New Jersey border. Lived in Jersey till I was about 8. Down to Delaware till I was about 14. Up here to downstate New York. Then when I was 20, decided to leave with a girl and move to Delaware, which was interesting, at least. Ended up moving back here. Moved down to North Carolina, and then moved back here again. So I've pretty much stayed here at this point. This is home. This is where I love to be. We have the reservoirs up here, which are filled with salmon, trout, walleye, tiger muskie, regular muskellunge. We've got pike, pickerel. We have a lot of largemouth bass. Of course, sunnies. Sunnies are everywhere. A lot of perch, yellow perch, white perch. We've got a really good freshwater fishery up here. Challenging as well. The trout took me forever before I finally started hitting. But anyway, I'll talk more about the waterways in another video, I guess. Alright, so how did I get into fishing? I remember going a couple times when I was a kid, but I didn't start off fishing young, like a lot of you did. About 3 years ago, I walked into a little mom and pop shop, Big Wave in Mahopac, New York, which is a great shop. John there is very knowledgeable. Awesome guys there. Really interesting personalities. It was in Akuma, definitely a large saltwater rod, to go fishing for little trout and sunnies, basically, because I definitely didn't know what I was doing. I went out on my buddy's little John boat on one of the reservoirs and had, like, the greatest time of my life. I got hooked instantly. I kept using that pole, and here I am with an 11-foot pole with, probably, 30-pound, maybe 50-pound monofilament on it. Casting and catching trout on Rapalas. And then finally I bought a cheaper Shakespeare pole and kind of progressed from there. Soon after getting into the fishing, maybe a month or two, my buddy decided he wanted to buy a kayak really bad, and he kept coming to work every day. Actually, he's my buddy Rich, that was in the video, Rained Out 2 Trout. Check it out. It's a good video. Yeah, Rich decided he wanted a kayak. He could not stop talking about kayak shit. And then he started watching kayak videos all day at work, which he just wouldn't stop talking about the freaking kayak. He didn't even have it yet, and he couldn't stop talking about it. So then he got his kayak, and still couldn't stop talking about it. Finally, one day, I ended up getting one of my lures stuck on a dock. It was like my favorite Rapala. I would just cast this thing in the Lake Mahopac and bring back, a bass or a sunny every time. I was like, Rich, you know what? Bring your kayak down here. Well, can you get that thing for me? And he goes, yeah, I'll get it. So I was like, alright. So we brought the kayak down, hopped in it, and went out. As soon as I saw him start paddling, I was like, you know what, man? Just come back. Just come back. I want to try that thing out. I want to give that a go. So he paddled back, and when he got back, I hopped into the kayak and started paddling to the dock, which was probably only 50 feet away. And if I thought I had the time of my life fishing, going to get that lure off of that dock was like heaven. It was heaven on earth to me. I was hooked, just like the fishing, but way, way worse. I went and got the lure and paddled around for a bit and came back, and he decided I needed a kayak. Like, I needed one, and this was his decision. So the guy forces me to go to Dick's with him and bought me my first kayak, a 12-foot Field and Stream sit-inside. And it was freaking awesome, man. Bought me a really nice paddle, too. And I threw it on top of my truck and drove home and went out for, I think it was like 12 hours the next day on White Pond. And I got like the worst sunburn of my life on my legs. And I did that for, I think, like every weekend and weeknight afterwards. I probably fished White Pond maybe 50 times before I started wanting to go anywhere else. I just wanted to go to White Pond every single day. I was pulling up, little fish. They're very small fish there, but pulling up fish constantly. And just sitting in the kayak and letting the wind blow me and dragging along and, hearing everything you could hear out there. It was awesome. I loved it. So I took that thing out. I hit the Hudson River at times. I did the Great Swamp in Patterson, and one day at work, all of a sudden we stumbled upon Robert Field's first video of the offshore fishing trip gone wrong. I saw him in that frickin' Outback, and I was like, dude, how is this guy pedaling a kayak? I'm like, what is that? I need that. I need that now. And when I saw him pull up that first shark, I was like, this guy's nuts. This guy's freaking pulling up sharks in a damn kayak. What is wrong with this guy? I want to do that. And got set on the Hobie kayaks. That was all I wanted. Fortunately, my finances at the time were crap. I wanted this Hobie worse than anything in the world, except it was really tough for me to save money at the time. I think about a year later, I finally had enough money to get one. Started pulling side jobs for work and stuff like that. Very expensive to live here in New York. Very hard to save money. And being a mechanic is a trade that you have to make yourself valuable from the work that you can produce. I contacted a guy, Scott, at the Boat Locker in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Really, really great guy. And I got myself a 2013, I believe, Pro Angler 12. As soon as I got that thing, I told myself, I'm going to Robert Field it. I need to get out there and I need to catch myself a shark off of this thing. Like, that's my goal, This is beyond a bucket list. This is something I've got to do, So I bought the thing in May, maybe a little less than 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And August came around. I told myself, dude, when you bought this thing, you said you were going to go catch a shark. So just go out and try. Got down to Jones Beach, completely underestimated the time that it was going to take me to get from my launch point at Field 10 all the way out to the ocean. It took me about 5.5 hours. I was not paying attention to tides, wind, anything along those lines before making the trip. It was completely unsafe. There were boats flying past me. I was terrified. Everyone's hammered out there. The frickin' front ends of the boats are tipping up in the air. I know they can't see me. I'm trying to hug the side as much as I can, but jet skis are ripping through there. It was nuts. So anyway, 5.5 hours, I got out to, the ocean, and it was 5:30, and I said, well, that sucks. I gotta turn right back around. It's gonna be getting dark. I can't be out here in the dark. I mean, I'm not lit up or anything like that. Maybe I'll keep the story of the shark for another video. You know what? I will. I will keep the story of the shark for another video. That's gonna have horrible language, by the way. Don't let your kids watch it. If you're a kid, you can watch it. It's probably gonna be pretty funny. But don't let your kids watch it. But I went out and I caught my first shark. By far, the coolest thing that I had ever done in my life. And we might take for granted the fact that we, watch these kayak fishing videos. We go out there and we kayak fish. A lot of people don't even know that this is, a sport in itself. You fish from a kayak, but the act of kayak fishing. People really don't know that, people aren't just catching bluegills and little bass and stuff like that from these things. So when I tell people about that, they think it's the coolest thing in the world, which is really, really uplifting. And, just don't take that for granted. So, yeah, I caught my freaking first shark. And when I did, I just pulled out my phone so I could record, and eventually I would, when I got the thing up, I didn't even know it was a shark. I just, I knew I had something good on the line, so I pulled up my phone and I hit record so that when whatever it was came up, I could point my phone at it, and then off of that video later I could get a snapshot. I paddled my way back. It took me about 3.5 hours because I wasn't dicking around with fishing poles and stuff like that. Got to the parking lot, couldn't even move, couldn't walk, couldn't drag my kayak up off of the beach, didn't have wheels yet. When I finally sat down in the truck, I decided, let me watch this video real quick, and I was freaking dying when I watched it. I sent it to all my coworkers, my friends. I killed my phone battery and my data just, sending the video out over text messages. That was when I kind of first said, yeah, maybe I could do this for fun, I'd start making these videos for fun, and I'll put it on YouTube. It's easier to show everybody. I don't need to, plug in my phone and play it on my phone. You can watch it on a larger screen. I didn't even know people were making videos at the time. I thought, Robert Field's video was like that was it. That was the video of kayak fishing that was out there on the internet. So I was like, you know what? Let me make videos like him. I started doing more research and seeing that there were a lot more people doing it. That Christmas, my mother and stepfather got me like a Chinese knockoff GoPro. It was absolutely wonderful for the time being. Here's the Geek Pro in its case, if you've never seen one. It's just like the SJ Cam. I haven't used an SJ Cam, but I don't know, something about this thing I just really liked. And it's been really, really good. But today, I upgraded to this. So, I went from that to that today. And that's the whole reason I'm making this video. Let me put this mirror back. I watched a really good video from Key West kayak fishing last night that really inspired me to go out today, buy this freaking new GoPro, drop the money on it. One thing he hammers on is content, content, content. And that's why I'm doing this vlog. I want more people to watch. I gotta start putting out more videos. And in New York right now, in the cold, I'm gonna go out fishing tomorrow, but eventually it's gonna be so cold that everything's gonna freeze over and I can't go out and do anything but ice fishing. And my real passion is in kayak fishing. So I'd like to try to do at least one video a week. If I could do more than that, that would be great. We'll see where it goes. I'll try to think of different ideas that I could do instead of just sitting here and vlogging like this. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. But I want to get my own music. I've got to come up with a title. Whoa, the dogs are going crazy! Bark, bark, bark. Please like, subscribe, share it with everybody. Anyone that would be interested. I don't want to end this on a shit note, though. Stop! These fucking guys. Leave comments. Let me talk to you. I'll at you.